Hello, everybody. We are here. Teo, you can do the intro this time since I always do it.
Hello, everybody. My name is Mark. No,
Alright, bro.
but, welcome everybody to Long Beach, California, for the NTT IndyCar Series Round 3
Yep.
of the season here at the Long Beach Street Circuit for 85 laps. It's the Grand Prix of Long Beach, one of the most historic races on the IndyCar schedule. Everybody wants to win this race. It's a tough street circuit, the second of the season besides St. Petersburg, the season opener. Um,
Here
but
with.
what sets this track apart from St. Petersburg? What do you think?
It's a different layout, and it's a little harder than St. Petersburg. It's a tighter corners, is what I would say. You forgot to mention
Very tight.
Bro Channels is here again after being
Mhm.
here from Texas.
Yes, I am back.
I say he did pretty good. The only issue is he talked over people sometimes, which he'll work on it this time. And yeah,
Oops.
I say he did pretty good at Texas, so he'll be back in the booth here for Long Beach. And our pole sitter is Romain Grosjean.
Kyle Kirkwood. Sure.
Kirkwood? I thought that was
Kyle
the pole.
Kirkwood
Well,
won the
Kyle
pole.
Kirkwood is our pole sitter, and then Romain Grosjean second.
Romain
We can
Grosjean.
see the road course ringers
Yeah.
up in front.
Yep.
As Ross,
Yeah.
not Rossi,
And people
Sato,
that came from F1.
our driver, not Rossi, Pato O'Ward, who won Texas, is nowhere up front. That's because he's not the best of road course races, but he did very well at St. Petersburg, taking the points lead with, I'm pretty sure, 91 points in the lead, and then falling behind them.
It was an
I
extreme.
have no idea. Anyways, let's get this race started.
Yeah, it was Alex.
Let's
No, it wasn't Alex Polo.
go.
I think it was Marcus Ericsson who fell behind Pato Ward in points.
Sure,
Yeah. So let's go through the starting grid here. As I said, Kyle Kirkwood, the pole winner, with Romain Grosjean for company. Row 2 consists of Marcus Ericsson and Alex Palou. Row 3 is Colton Herta and Marcus Armstrong. Row 4 will be Felix Rosenquist finally having a good qualifying for that Arrow McLaren 6 car. And Will Power, who'll have Will Power in row number 4.
Remember
Row
last race?
Oh
last
yeah,
race was
Will
very
Power's
tough.
engine blew up at lap before the race even started. That was depressing.
Didn't even make it to the green flag.
We'll
So
see if he can actually
hopefully.
take the green this time.
And then
Because
row
And those
Well,
Honda
Well,
engines
five.
last week were a big issue at Texas.
Yep, and St. Petersburg.
Mhm.
Penske's starting next to each other.
It's going to be Newgarden and McLaughlin in row number 5. Row 6 has Santino Ferrucci and Jack Harvey. Row 7, Graham Rahal and Simon Pagenaud. Here's Pat O'Ward in row 8. Pretty bad
Your
qualifying
points
for
leader for coming
the
into
point
this
leader.
race.
He'll have a lot of work to do over these 85 laps. He'll be starting next to Christian Lundgaard. Row 9 has Delvin Day Francesco and Stingray Robb. Row 10 will have Callum Ilott and Alexander Rossi. Row 11 is Elio Castroneves and David Malukas. Row 12 will be Renus VK and Benjamin Peterson. Row 13, Augustin Canapito and Scott Dixon starting second to last.
And Connor Daly's in last.
Absolutely shocking there. And Connor Daly will round out the 27 car field.
Oh my.
So we're going to get going here.
Drivers, to your car.
And now we're pacing. Jesus, these cameras are terrible. Yo. Alright, here we go. There's a decent one.
This one's fine. If we notice from our positions, we would see that most of the drivers start up front at Texas are not up front. They're in the back.
Yeah, because these
and
two
the
tracks
drivers
are very
who
different.
And the drivers who are in the back at Texas are now up in front. And my mic fell off the stand again. My
Two
goodness.
very different racing disciplines from week to week. So a lot of movement between the in the qualifyings and how people do. That's what we like about the series. Lots of variety in the racing that we have. And hopefully these guys are going to put on a good show as down the boulevard they trundle behind the Chevrolet Camaro pace car.
These cameras suck.
As they come through the final port of the racetrack. The pace car is going to run ahead. And the pace car's got the cover of pit road. But these guys have got nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. It's going to be Kyle Kirkwood and Roman Grosjean who will lead us to the green flag, and we are underway here at Long Beach.
In the corner one.
Through the kink, Kyle Kirkwood able to get ahead of Grosjean. Now it's all about getting through turn 2. Side by side for second. Between Ericsson and Grosjean. Both of them former Formula 1 drivers. And Ericsson takes away P2. Herta also got around Hello for 4th.
Put the ticker on screen.
It's not loaded yet. As Kyle Kirkwood is just kind of driven away. Kind of just minding his business.
Just pulled away from them.
As Kirkwood often does. Is now into the final portion of the racetrack. Through the hairpin goes the field. And we'll come around to complete lap number 1.
These camera angles.
Of 85 here.
Yeah, they do. This is an old track. So, it's the most recent one that I could find, actually.
Ticker that I made looks decent on there. Ignore how the cars have no wheels here.
It's the only thing I can do.
Hey, ignore that fact. We really don't want people noticing those tires here.
Really quick. Once again, it's the annual pause, the race every time pause to put on function program, and now we're good.
Good to go back green flag here.
As Kyle Kirkwood has run away 2 seconds over Marcus Ericsson. Very fast is Kirkwood at
He's
these
not
roads.
really had the best season so far.
This is a very very much needed good run right now for not only just Kirkwood but that entire Meyer-Shank organization. They've had a lot of bad luck up to this point this year. So this is definitely going to be a confidence booster if Kyle Kirkwood can stay up front the whole 85 laps. Now looking back, you can see everyone else. Let's go check on...
Oh, Kirkwood is just building a gap every single lap.
That's our points leader, Pato O'Ward, in the 16th position. Far off from where he really should be.
And if he were to finish here, and if Ericsson were to finish where he would be, the points lead might have been taken over by Ericsson, or it'd be a very, very, very close gap. Of like
Very
maybe
close
3
going
points.
into Barber and
Carl Ward wants to get through these drivers as quickly as they can.
Let's go check on Scott Dixon. He has not moved position. He's still second to last.
Not trying to make any moves
Surprisingly.
this early. Only lap 4 of 85.
As he's looking, I think looking around the out. He was looking on Augustin Canapino, but could not make the move around the outside of turn number 1.
I'm surprised we didn't have a flip at Texas. I don't understand.
It wanted to do it in the test, but it didn't do it in the actual
every
race.
test we did, there was a flip or some sort of major big wreck. But no.
Nope.
But now, for some reason, there is nothing of that in that sort.
We'll see one in Indy. Because if we get a flip at Indy, I wouldn't be surprised.
No, not at all. Early part of the race.
If we get one here, I'll be surprised.
Now that would be pretty surprising.
It's happened before, though.
Imagine if we got one here instead of actually having one at Texas. That'd just be disappointing, in my opinion.
Probably would be, actually.
But meanwhile, Kyle Kirkwood has pulled away almost 5 seconds here.
That car's got that 27's got some serious speed in it right now. The last lap for Kirkwood was a 1:12.88. Right now, Ericsson's best lap is a 1:13.7. He's running about a second slower than Kirkwood right now. So
Seems
he is
like
definitely pushing.
Kyle Kirkwood car is getting better.
Everybody's improving their lap time slowly but surely.
You
But
may
Kirkwood
notice for
is
the ticker on the stream, it says YouTube on the bottom left. That's because YouTube is what we stream on. So thank you. Later in the season, we'll have Teo streaming on Kick. Just wanted to say that.
Okay.
Broadcast, little quote-unquote broadcast deals, YouTube and Kick.
Mm-hmm.
They're not real deals.
That
for
camera
legal
angle
reasons.
actually sucks because
Obviously, because I don't have the money to pay this man to stream, and he doesn't have the money to pay me.
For legal reasons, they're not actual deals. We're just streaming on them because it's a...
We're just doing it because we want to.
Yep.
and these cameras here at Long
There's a
Beach
lot of
are
stuff
not
in the
very
way.
good. Because
I mean,
Yeah,
it's in the middle of a
lot of
city.
stuff
There's
here.
gonna be things in the way. Oh my god, what is it? Okay, that one's good. I like that one. And then transition to that one. Through the little hairpin.
why do they have a camera just for buses?
To start lap number 7. Let's go on board with Kyle Kirkwood around a lap of Long Beach. Down into the hard braking zone of turn number 2. Now into the fountain section, very tight through here.
I got my hobby bag.
A little double right. Now onto the second straightaway. Braking again for left-hander. Down to a right. Down onto Shoreline Boulevard. Long straightaway. To a big braking zone, big passing opportunity right there. If you get a good run onto the boulevard. Now through a nice little technical section into the hairpin. And
Very close to
squared
that
up.
inside wall here.
Gets squared up, and that's a lap. Very technical racetrack. As the gap beginning to stabilize at around 6 seconds between Kirkwood and Ericsson. You see Roman Grosjean in third. You can just see Kyle Kirkwood off in the distance, disappearing around the corner.
Your broadcaster is not some pizza.
Well, some of the corners anyway.
Lap 8 coming to lap 9. Kyle Kirkwood made a big gap. Around probably 7 seconds currently. It's not, caution's out already. Early caution flag flies.
Oh God, there is. Caution is out. Jack Harvey's
Harvey.
been hit.
Jack Harvey.
What's happened to him?
This is an early yellow. We haven't seen anything like this at all in the season.
Number 8. And wow, okay, the stalling problems seem to be back.
I mean, it's a road course.
Oh,
that's
he's
a
bleeding
failure.
up.
That's an
It's
early
blowing
one.
up in smokes.
Not a way.
And that's another Honda car blowing up right there.
Honda's got to fix the problem, man. And he stalled right in the middle of the groove.
Thankfully, nobody hits him.
At least we think so.
Nobody had hit him, but the caution is out.
This is
Here
not
on
going to
lap
help
9.
Kirkwood at all. Early yellow.
But this is helping everybody behind Kirkwood.
Unless Kirkwood can get a jump, or can just like get a good restart, then he'll be fine. Because he did at the start of the race.
Did have a very nice jump.
Who knows? Ericsson might be planning something.
Ericsson knows about getting good restarts at street circuits. Just look at Long Beach.
And look at St. Petersburg. 108 out of 110 laps were led by Ericsson.
Absolutely dominant performance in St. Petersburg.
And so far, Kyle Kirkwood's led all 9 laps.
Could we see something of the same from him?
Maybe.
Very well, we could.
Who knows?
Is there going to be any early strategy here
Maybe.
after the first 9 laps? It looks like everybody's coming in.
Yeah.
Early pit stop.
Interesting decision here.
I mean, why wouldn't you come in if you had the opportunity?
Very early in the race. But I guess everybody feeling the need to do so.
I mean, man, it looks like it's gonna rain.
People like Pato O'Ward could have just stayed out and cycled to the lead here.
And it looks like they're going to be fuel-only stops. No tires.
Grosjean has a slow stop.
Will this
Grosjean
race
had a
end?
problem.
Will this race end under caution or green flag? Because every race so far has ended under yellow. It's been a big disappointment. We're gonna figure it out.
Oh my God.
We have not been able to see a good finish.
Tired. But he's okay. He'll keep it going. Some people are getting really close to that wall, like Benjamin Peterson, and Connor Daly, and Elio Castroneves.
Let's see if Canapino hits it.
Not Canapino, though. From the back of our NCT INDYCAR race car.
Brought to you by...
Don't mind the NASCAR symbol on there.
No, it's made by NASCAR. They bring the cars to it.
They bring our cars. The lights are off. Is everybody going to catch up?
We'll figure that out.
I don't know if Canapino's going to catch up. Where's he at on the track? Actually, he should be able to catch up. Maybe. I might add one more lap just so you can catch up.
No. I'll be fine.
I need to know where he's at first. Oh no, he's on the same straight. He'll catch up. He's fine. So once again, the safety car gonna die for the
Pace
cover of
car
pit
comes
road.
in.
And now Kyle Kirkwood's in control for the restart. We're on lap number 11. Coming to lap number.
Long Beach Grand Prix. First restart of the day. We're gonna see what happens. Will Ericsson take the lead?
And we are.
No.
Very even jump from Kirkwood and Ericsson.
Oh,
Look at
Herta.
Palou going around the outside of Herta. Gets the traction coming into the, and I think Herta just kind of let him have it coming into the.
Should clear him.
Will
And
Power.
he's in the third. There's Grosjean trying to get her.
Well, at least Will Power manages to get a few laps in here.
Will Newgarden have a look on his teammate? No. There's more side-by-sides. Here comes Simon Pagenaud on Graham Rahal.
Ooh, they got tight in that corner.
Rahal with the better quarter exit is going to keep the position. Because now Kirkwood's starting to pull a little gap on Marcus Ericsson.
We're already
It is
1-8
across
through
the
this
line.
race
It's
here
about
at Long
1
Beach.
second.
Not too many laps in this race. Only 85. We've already done 12.
85 around a relatively short street circuit.
This race shouldn't
We've
take
already
that
done
long.
20. That's Lundgaard, I think. Lundgaard. Yes, it is Lundgaard.
Getting around
Trying to
McLaughlin.
get around Scott McLaughlin. That's for the 12th position, and Lundgaard's gonna get around
Seems like-
McLaughlin's spot. There's an absolute queue behind him now. He's not really doing a good job of keeping up with Pagenaud. As right behind these guys is Pat O'Ward, the points leader, up to 15th position. Started 16th in this
Can
race.
maybe Paddle
Not a lot.
Award pounce on these guys here?
He's definitely looking on Santino Ferrucci. Maybe he can get a good run out of the hairpin and draft on him down into turn 1.
The big
Or
question.
turn 2.
The big question is, will Stingray Robb finally finish a race?
Well, he's right, Mom. You're giving him the commentator curse. Why are you doing that?
I just wanted to point something out that he's DNF'd every race so far.
He was running 12th at St. Petersburg. Under caution, had broke something. And the car blew up. Texas tried to get down to the pits. Got turned by Takuma Sato. Into the wall, out of the race. So very tough first two races for the rookie. Right now running in 16th. So
Speaking
not
of
too bad.
Takuma Sato,
So hopefully.
speaking of Takuma Sato, he's in P5 right now.
What?
Oh yeah, I just
That's
missed that.
not Sato. That's Marcus Armstrong.
Oh,
This
These
is
shit.
Marcus
these guys change cars every week.
Takuma runs the ovals, Taku runs the ovals, and Armstrong runs the road courses.
Are we pulling a Roush Fenway?
Maybe.
I think there's a
As
car
really
race.
the gap
That was-
stabilizing, now Kirkwood not pulling away nearly as much as he was at the end of the first run. Only 1.3 seconds between Ericsson and Kirkwood.
I'm not gonna commentate as much this race, but I will point out cautions. And I'll say some stuff. Brachos and Teo, you got this. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Lap 14 of 85. Everybody coming down the boulevard.
Seems like the top 10 are each separated by around 1 second to each other here.
Just about, yeah. There's a little move here. Got a little battle. Elio Castroneves getting around Connor Daly towards the back of the field, and now Scott Dixon was able to make a couple moves up to 23rd from second last on the grid. Now chasing after Renus VK. There's another about 6/10 put onto the lead of the of Kirkwood, now up to 1.9. But still not pulling away as nearly as much as he was before. That was basically a second a lap for a little bit. I don't know why that's a camera, but
Seems like maybe Kirkwood's car has just dropped off a little here.
Or maybe Erickson just has locked in.
Erickson probably finally started pushing, but he's still losing just a little bit of time. That was a 10th loss there, down to 2 seconds now. Between the top
That
two.
would make sense that maybe Erickson is just pushing because, well, the gap before the caution was basically the same as it was for the rest of the field to Kirkwood. Seems like Erickson is just pushing more than he did in the first run.
He definitely is pushing more. He's put about 3 seconds on Palou in third. He's definitely driving harder than the guys behind him are. But I guess Kirkwood just has the better car right now. We're going to see if that changes at all throughout the course of the race. Only with 75 to go, coming to 74. So still a long way to go.
I hope you mean 70-ish laps to go.
I was saying the exact number. But, yeah. That was only about 3-4 tenths put on that time. See, gaps getting much smaller. About 3-4 tenths gain that time. Maybe
I hope you realize there's actually like 70 to go or something.
What are you talking about?
When you said that, it was like lap 16 out of 85.
Alright. But, anyway. Excuse my stupid. But, Kyle Kirkwood coming on to lap number 18. He's led every last one. And is still pulling away from Erickson. And it looks to be shaping up to be a very dominant run for the 2017 on the streets of Long Beach. There's a little bukkake moving through the racetrack here.
Will Power had a a very unfortunate race at Texas on Monday here when he blew his engine before the race even started.
Can you even say he had an unlucky race when he didn't even race at all?
Can't have an unlucky race
So
if you didn't race. But
yeah, fair enough.
obviously doing much better, actually took the green flag this time. And is running in the 8th position.
If we look at his St. Petersburg stats, he finished in 5th or 4th. Either one of those positions. If I can
was
recall,
4th.
I'm pretty sure it was 4th.
Finished
Because
4th. Yep. Ilott would have been 4th, but he brought out the final caution that would end up ending the race and giving a very dominant win to Marcus Ericsson that he probably would have gotten anyway.
Yeah.
He's running, got a little kind of battle going on here. Felix Rosenquist and Roman Grosjean. Ooh. Grosjean had a little struggle during his pit stop under the caution, and
I
fell
think that
back
might
to
be
about
Pato
8th.
Award.
But
Never mind, that is actually Felix Rosenquist ahead of Roman Grosjean.
he's been able to make up a couple spots and is looking to get another if he can catch up to Felix Rosenquist. Finally, an Arrow McLaren car that isn't Pato O'Ward that's having a good run.
If Pato Award just has a consistent race, St. Petersburg was 2nd, Texas was 1st. If he gets in the top 5, he'll still be the points leader for sure. But currently not even in the top 10 right now. The points lead will be basically split in half if Ericsson finishes in 2nd.
Let's go see where our points leader Award is right now, if he's made any moves at all. He's still 15th. He's actually dropped off of these 3 cars, Lundgaard, McLaughlin, and Ferrucci.
Not good.
Lost time. Pato's struggling around the streets of Long Beach.
Seems to not be that good here.
Even Stingray Rob is kind of keeping tabs with him right now in 16th. It's always like one Arrow McLaren car does really good, and the others are just trash. It's very interesting.
I wouldn't say Award's doing.
Hopefully,
I wouldn't say Award's doing trash this race. He's not in the top 10, but he's in the top 20, 15th as we said. But he's fallen a few positions off. Unlike his other teammate Rossi, we don't even know where he is. And he's
We
like,
haven't seen Rossi yet. I think. Rossi's about 8th.
So he's not that far behind. All of them in the top 20, which would be at least some decent points for him.
I guess it's something.
It's an effort.
So there's an attempt.
so I assume we're not gonna be parking anyone this race if they're slow.
If anyone
I
parking, it's not.
doubt it.
It doesn't seem like anyone needs park at the moment.
Doesn't really seem like anybody's overarchingly slow. There's a little. There's Herda and Pillow, 4th and 3rd. Herda had some
That
bad
gap
luck in
between-
Petersburg. Long pit stop put him a couple laps down, and he wasn't really able to recover from it, but had a much better race at Texas, running up front, finishing. I think he actually led maybe a lap, or was in the lead.
He did battle a few times with Newgarden and Dixon.
He definitely had a much better race, and right now having another good race, running in the 4th spot, right behind Alex Palou, who's had 2 good races to his name so far. Being very consistent in that number 10. Just hasn't really been in the contention for wins just yet, but I'm sure they will come.
Green flag conditions. It's been about 10 laps since our last caution, or more than 10 laps actually. I'm not paying
Lap
attention.
22. Both 85.
Man,
That's
this race is going by fast. I haven't even noticed.
already coming to the end of lap number 22 of 85.
Not that big of a circuit. And Brutchan was trying to say something earlier. He can say it now.
The gap between P10 and P9 is actually now 6 seconds. So maybe that gap has just been caused from that 15 not being able to stay with Newgarden.
Very separate teams, as I'm pretty sure that's Rick Ware Racing and
No.
Penske.
That's the difference that you get when you have a Penske car and a Rahal Letterman Lanigan car running right behind each other.
Too used to NASCAR numbers.
Obviously, Rahal not in the best equipment, but still running well in the top 10 for what he's got. Especially considering the people he's got behind him doing a good job in P10.
Gotta remember, Newgarden, that was his only race so far in Texas. And because he missed qualifying at Petersburg. He did not make the race. He's
He
made
was
every
not.
race so far, though.
And then at Texas, absolutely showed out by far, leading the most laps. I think he led about 101.
Until that caution came out, and he was right there. But Award was in front of him. And had the gap, too.
Right.
About a second.
He was right there, very close, but just didn't make the move. I think he was waiting for the last lap, and then the caution came out at the worst possible time for him. And ultimately, he was never able to have the chance to make that move for the lead, as the race would end under caution.
Unfortunate. But a
Still,
9th place position or even a top 10 for him would be good.
currently running ninth, a good one for that team, for Penske.
As his teammates in Will Power and Scott
Right.
McLaughlin are, well, McLaughlin is not.
McLaughlin had fallen back on the restart. He is currently running in the 13th spot.
Will Power is just ahead of Newgarden by about a second.
But all the Penske cars in the top 15, so it's not terrible. But McLaughlin's starting to get a little bit of drift. Just a little bit.
McLaughlin's about more than 10 seconds back
would
for sure.
34 seconds behind the lead. So, he's pretty far back.
Behind his teammate, he's about 10 seconds. See how far back he's fallen because of Graham Rahal not up to speed. With the car in front of him, just not good. Not the equipment doesn't match up. Way different.
Very different equipment. Two
That
very
gap
different
for
races.
first is almost.
Yeah, I just noticed Kirkwood is pulled away by a lot.
Kirkwood has pulled away. He's gone. He wasn't pulling away very much in the early part of the restart, but now he's found his groove. He's in his rhythm.
Maybe Ericsson messed up, or Kirkwood's just better.
Let's see the time.
Thank
This
you for
lap.
stealing what I was about to say.
You're welcome.
Let's see the lap times at the end of this lap. There's Kirkwood across the line. He said, say 1:12.888. So very close to his best lap of the race so far. And Ericsson just went across the line at 1:13.344.
Dang.
He's definitely quick, but just not quick enough. Speaking of that, fastest lap is... Wow.
Showing off 3/10 faster.
Yeah.
Showing off.
One driver in the 112s, and that's Kyle Kirkwood, who's in the lead.
In the top 10, the slowest car right now is in P10 with a 114. The only driver with a 114 here.
That
Or
would be
top 10
Scott
at least.
McLaughlin.
Anyways.
There's Ericsson. As now, I think Kyle Kirkwood's starting to catch some lap traffic. I saw that, yep, that's the Yokos Hollinger car. Augustin Canapino. Had a okay run at Texas. Did get into an early wreck with Ed Carpenter and Renus VK, but was able to continue in the race and picked up, I think, a top 20. So not bad at all for Canapino.
Not bad for his standards, at least.
But now he's about to be the first car to go a lap down. Oh, we have. Oh, no caution. Okay. I
Trying to
thought
hold his lap.
he doesn't put up too much of a fight, and he'll eventually let Kirkwood go.
What it looked like is he was trying to intimidate Kirkwood, but did not work.
Did not work at all for him. So he'll go a lap down.
Lap traffic may turn out in Ericsson's favor
Let's look at
if
this.
they do pain Kirkwood.
But
Scott
you
Dixon.
gotta-
He's
Scott
only made
Dixon almost
one
gonna get
spot.
a lap
He's
down.
only made it once, only about a few spots from the start.
you gotta understand
And
this.
later, Kyle Kirkwood, and there's Dixon.
Whenever it does slow down whenever it slows down Kyle Kirkwood, it's definitely gonna slow down Ericsson way more than Kirkwood, letting him probably pull away further.
We saw the same thing with lap traffic happen at St. Petersburg. With the lap traffic between
Where's our
Ericsson and Award.
current points leader here on track?
He would be. That's not him.
Around
He's
top
in the
50.
final corner. He's running 15th still. About 45 seconds
And
to
he
track.
is running 115s.
That is not very good considering the leader of the race is running about 112s. So
Well,
about 3 seconds slower.
several people here need a caution if they want to actually have a chance at this race.
Most notably Scott Dixon, who just has not been able to get going at all from the back of the grid. And the leader is basically right behind him, though he's got Connor Daly separating the two. And now Kirkwood gets a good run. And Connor Daly backs out and gets out of the way. Doesn't put up any fight. And now Scott Dixon's the next car to go a lap down.
that is surprising to see Connor Daly just move out of the way instead of trying to battle like he usually does.
Usually Daly much more aggressive, but this time not wanting to risk damaging the car. And that's Scott Dixon going a lap down on lap 29 of this race. Scott Dixon's going to need a caution, and he's going to need it quick because he's the first car one lap down right now. If it were to stay like this and the caution were to come out, he'd get back. He'd be waved past the pace line. And he'd be have an opportunity to get back on the lead lap and try to fight for it. Right now, there's just no fight in him right now. Because now Kirkwood's caught his teammate, Elio Castroneves. Castroneves not going to put up a fight. Let his teammate go. Now he's looking around the outside arena's VK. Very risky move. But VK does let him go. And so you're just seeing Kirkwood put these guys lap down after lap down, but Ericsson is definitely catching. He's made up about 2 seconds. A gap down to 4.
And this race is flying. That's all I have to
All
say about
lap
it. It is.
third coming to halfway,
You're
coming near
gonna
to half.
end under the 2 hour mark for sure. Pushaw.
First time.
Only we don't have a series of caution. If that happens, we will hit the 2 hour mark. Or come close to that.
But now Scott Dixon not as willing to let Ericsson through. Oh, I think Ericsson actually clipped the tire wall there. Doesn't look to
Not
be
good
any
for Erickson
damage
here.
to that car. But I think he did clip it because he fell off a lot from Dixon. Down into turn number 2. No, just had a really bad corner.
Looks like
That
he
car
just
is
got
probably
loose
not
in that
handling the way
room.
Ericsson wants it to. Gotta make some adjustments
But
on the
the
next.
gap between Erickson and Kirkwood has closed down to almost 4 seconds now.
Just wait for Kirkwood
Eric-
to get around these lap cars. Then we'll
Ericsson's
see
got a
that
couple
gap
lap cars
increase.
to deal with. And he's now Kirkwood putting Benjamin Peterson one down. Oh my gosh! That's Callum
That's
Highlight.
another engine
Blowing
blowout.
up again. What's happened to him? Has he hit something, or has it just gone up in smokes?
It doesn't
He was
seem.
running 17th, and it looks like it just blew up on him.
It doesn't seem there's a
And
caution.
yeah,
That's the
no
second blowout
damage,
this
It
season
nothing.
just
for
blew
him.
up on him.
He just blew it up.
Is he a Honda though? That's the
No, that's a
question.
Chevy.
That's a Chevy.
That's his second engine blowout.
So it may not
Second
be only
blowout.
Hondas here.
Second blowout for Ilott. Very disappointing season
It seems we
for that
stay
20,
green though, which is
77 crew.
not
And
too
we
bad.
do stay green.
Blew up
Let's
right
look at that.
the
We got
entry.
we got a move for third here. Colton Herta trying to get around Alex Palou. Palou with the inside onto the boulevard, but it looks like Herta gets the drive off and he's got the move done. 26 into P3 as they approach Augustin Canapino to lap him. Now, if Canapino just holds up Herta just enough, Palou could have a shot at making a move. But right now, it just looks like Palou is running much slower, actually, than Herta. So that opportunity probably won't come.
And as I was
Kirkwood.
talking about, Kyle Kirkwood, he got in that clean air and the gap has increased a lot. As Erickson's
And now
probably still trying to get around from the lap cars.
Yep, he's finally stretching his legs. Gap almost. His gap is around 6 3/4 of a second.
How is it already
It's
almost
just
an
Erickson.
hour? It's felt like only like 20 minutes.
Is not felt
I
that
have to
long,
agree.
but
Seems like this race has gone by fast.
this race is definitely going by very quickly. It's now Ericsson getting by another lap car, Benjamin Peterson, and now Ericsson's going to have a lot of clean air to try and push. So let's see if he can make up anything at all.
I'm rethinking what I said. I'm pretty sure we are going to hit the 2 hour mark.
And
Only 34 laps in, not even halfway.
P10
Yeah,
is
we're hitting
around
2 hours.
P10 is around 42 seconds from Kirkwood right now.
That'd be Ray Hall, and the gap between 10th and
Same
9th
here.
is about 20 seconds. Or almost
20 seconds.
About 11.
12,
it
you
looks
mean.
like. 12. to
I'd
11.
say we've done around 20 laps so far in this green flag
The
run.
15 still has to hit the line though. So 14 seconds the gap between the Newgarden and Ray Hall.
It's Kirkwood back in some more lap traffic. That's David Malukas has got Delvin DeFrancesco and Alexander Rossi in front of him. So a little bit of traffic for the 27 to try and fight through.
And the gap between the leaders is almost 8 seconds. Around halfway there. We just now crossed the line. We're gonna
Could this
see.
be a characteristic of the road racing this year? Just one driver pulling away.
Gap did not crease.
Marcus
actually
Ericsson
decreased.
just closed in a second.
And right there,
1
Ericsson made up
second.
in that clean air.
About a second, actually, of a gap.
Made up a lot of time right there. With Kirkwood being in traffic.
Around 61 to go.
We'll come around to for 60 to go. As now Rossi's going to go a lap down. And there's the pass made.
The first of the Aero McLarens to go down.
The next one up the road would be Pato O'Ward, the points leader.
A win for
As there's
Kirkwood would really help him. He's around 11th or 10th in points. If he were to win this, he would move up a few positions. He would take the points.
Here's a little battle. Scott McLaughlin looking around the outside of Christian Lundgaard, and he's going to get the drive off onto the boulevard and make the move. Here comes Christian Lundgaard looking just a little bit. Or is that Ferrucci? Yeah, that is Ferrucci. Santino Ferrucci on Lundgaard. But was not
AFK,
able.
give me a sec.
Green flag conditions still. As we've yet to see another stall. And I'd like to keep it like that.
Hopefully no stalls happen.
At least in anywhere. Actually, at least just anywhere not in the way of the cars. So we don't collect anyone else if there is a stall.
I'd also like to see this race finish under green.
I think everyone would.
Because out of the 2 races we've done, both of them have ended under caution.
Not a surprise from Ericsson to have his race under caution and him win. But the Ward and Newgarden battle was forming, and then a wreck happened, which disappointed me. But I don't know about anyone else. Probably disappointed Teo as well.
And all those others
When will
watching
we
at
see
home.
pit stop start to be in effect here?
Oh yeah. When will pit
Oh,
stop
yeah.
happen?
We did see them pit early on lap 9, the first caution, or lap 8.
That it did extend the pit window.
They've gone pretty far, almost 30 laps. So,
But we do have to
This
mention that
main-
I didn't really see that many people take tires. It was mainly just fuel only.
I don't think anybody took tires. I think everybody just
I
took
think
the opportunity.
Grosjean took tires because this stop was pretty long.
Grosjean had to have taken tires because his stop was a lot slower, but most everybody just topped off with fuel. So this could
This
probably
is just
be
a
around
general
a
question.
2-stop race. What?
Can you hear
Stop
the
it.
AC in
Likely.
the background or not? Because I just switched it on.
No, not really. I don't think you
No.
can hear my fan.
Alright.
I don't got nothing going.
Yeah,
so-
no.
His power was being pressured just a little bit by his teammate Joseph Newgarden, but ultimately held him off. There's a little queue of cars here.
Let's interview Callum Ilott after he had a DNF for whatever issue he had with his engine here.
Gester, you got this one.
Yes, he
Doing nothing,
did.
bro. I'm not doing this again.
I don't even know where he's from.
He's British.
Oh my god, Mike. I'm not doing this.
Alrighty, so okay, come on.
We'll interview
I've
Mike.
I've done them already, bro.
Should I just do it then?
Yes,
Yeah.
ask
Guess
yourself
you
the
ask
questions.
You ask me questions.
I mean, I was willing to do it later.
Well, actually, I'll do it.
Alrighty,
I'll ask
mate.
questions, but oh god,
Okay, so who wants to do the questions? Because I ain't doing the questions and then answering them myself.
You know, let me just
Oh.
practice my accent for a second, then we can do it.
Alrighty. Through goes Hamilton.
oh god, shut up. You're definitely not doing Callum, bro.
Too damn bad, mate.
That is terrible. There's now the gap between
I am
um.
ready.
That's at 8.4 seconds. We got Brett Shittles. He's got
Alrighty, mate.
caught up with Callum Ilott, so we'll see what he's talking about.
So what do you think happened there?
I think it was a transmission failure. If anything, not too sure what happened, but engine went up in smoke for the second time, and it's not gonna help us at all this season.
How are your feelings on the point standings right now?
Not good for me, but for maybe my teammate, if he can have a good run this race.
I don't think we should tell him about where
Alright,
Augustine
thank you,
is
Callum.
right now.
You're welcome.
I don't think we should tell him about where Augustine
Okay.
Kennedy is. I don't think we should tell him.
Funny how I never said mate.
Yeah, let's like.
That's. I mean,
We're coming
Well,
to the
that
halfway mark.
getting around halfway, yeah.
By the way, that accent was extremely good, eh?
I know. It was
Better than whatever you could do. Shit,
It was better than yours.
Yeah.
I could do a good one. I just don't feel
It would
like it.
be interesting if Simon Pagino had an issue.
Oh, cause you can do his accent.
Hey, yo.
He's
I mean, I
French.
could, but you're not French, first of all.
I know how to do that accent though.
Look at this big old group of cars right here.
Ooh, Rosenquist. Tries to
Rosenquist
Neves.
trying to get around Elio Neves, and he's going to do it. That is a pass for position, but that's not a pass for position. Castro Neves, of course, a lap down.
Castro Neves
And,
is slow. He's holding up willpower.
The gap between Kirkwood and Ericsson has just been increasing steadily, which is now up to 9 seconds, and the gap between P2 and P3 is now 10 seconds.
I think we could check what happened with Callum Ilott. Like on the little stand.
They are reporting it was a camshaft failure.
And then Jack Harvey had a clutch failure. But he already left the track.
It was already gone, so.
He went to his mansion right outside the
we're
track,
not doing this again.
and
We're not doing that shit, bro.
It's unfortunate for Callum Ilott because this is the second road course, and every single time he's had an engine failure. So it seems that his car is just not good, or whatever package they use for these road courses or street circuits, whatever you want to call them, are just not that good. Pushes it a little too hard.
sorry for my actions just there. I may have been under the influence of crack.
All right, bro. That's what Teo's all about.
Alright, bro. But, moving on from where
Let's
that was.
keep it professional,
All right.
Of course, we're going to be driving on Friday. We're going to be heading down south to the Barber Motorsports Park in Birmingham, Alabama for the Grand Prix of Alabama. Our first actual purpose permanent circuit race of the year.
And it's not a street circuit.
Nope.
It's an actual.
So maybe a needed change of scenery for Callum Eilader or all these other guys that were struggling.
That road course package they use, it's just not that good. It's like
And speaking of Friday, we have an Orange Fin 90 race for D3 gas car.
Oh, crap.
this race is brought to you by and YouTube.
As it should be.
And I don't even know what to say.
Sorry. Anyways, not much going on. Polo gets around.
Delvin DeFrancesco.
I couldn't see the numbers, so I was having a hard time seeing who that was. But that is Delvin DeFrancesco.
Now looking to put, I think that's Alexander Rossi a lap down.
It is
Well, at least get around him.
easily, but he doesn't clear him. As the gap
Rossi
He
for
does
up a little
sort
bit
of
more of
clear
a
him.
fight, but does let him through.
the lead gap for
The
first
lead
place is
still
about
It's
9
9.
seconds. But
That's Powell Ward.
Here is your points leader getting lapped.
That is huge.
Paddle Award.
that's not gonna be that
He
good for the
put a
points
lap
leaders.
down.
That is not gonna help him out. If a caution comes out, he does get the
Right now, Paddle,
So we're coming to the halfway mark.
which would
Next
extremely
car to go a
help
lap
him.
down with Di Santino Ferrucci, who's just crossed the start finish line. So Paddle Ward is going to need a caution here and quick.
40 to go.
We're hearing that race control may throw out a competition caution.
No, they
No.
won't. The gap for the lead did.
It's
get
just a
shortened.
speculation.
Allegations. The gap for the lead has been shortened, but it's all because Award was holding up Kirkwood. But
Ward
after
was
he got
definitely
around there-
fighting
Look, I'm
Kirkwood.
surprised we
with
haven't
the lap.
talked about the gap for third to like beat everyone else.
Oh, wow.
23
That is
seconds.
23 seconds.
And the gap between Kirkwood and Graham Rahal is about a whole minute.
So,
They really
very
need a caution.
good divide.
They would love a caution.
You know what?
It seems we're gonna not. No.
Debris in turn
Competition
15. Debris turn 15.
Competition cautions out.
Competition
Due to,
caution.
Very spread out racing. We had this
Oh.
happen at Texas, not at St. Petersburg though, for some odd reason. But
We're-
competition cautions out for the field being way too spread out. So we're gonna see what happens on the restart.
Paddle Award, I think, will get his lap back.
Paddle Ward and Kirkwood did not lap anybody else, which means Paddle Ward will get his lap back.
Rigged.
He'll be back on the lead lap once we go back green. Not rigged. Shut up. You just happened to be there. Anybody saying rigged? I'm not a Paddle Award fan, alright?
Seems that Brush Channels was race control there. The allegations.
What do you mean?
The allegations.
The
were true.
The allegations were proven.
I'm definitely not a Paddle fan.
Marcus's.
Marcus Armstrong had
I
Stingray
wasn't
Rob.
talking about Marcus. But if
This-
we're gonna talk about Marcus Armstrong, he is currently in 5th. Not too bad.
Very good run for that car. Pretty good run.
Taking over.
After the dismal run Takuma Sato had last time out in Texas.
He was.
Ended
I
up
think he
getting
got
hurt
marked for.
because he was
He
that
was
slow.
parked. Yeah, he got parked for being
It's
too
only 10
slow.
laps down.
And
I mean, it's just,
I think Alexander Rossi should have been parked at one point also for being 12 down, but we never even parked him, so.
We were too paid attention to the leaders.
we had to
I
watch the
just want
race
to
for
get these
those.
road courses out of the way so we can get back to some good oval racing. Which the next oval-ish track, I should really say rectangle, is Indy. And the next
When-
races after are road courses. Barber's Motorsports Park, Indy Road Course, and then next Wednesday will be the NR2003 500. Which round is it?
There goes Paddle Award. He's going to go and get his lap back.
Nice to see.
Anybody hit road?
Yes,
A
there
couple
are some
cars
people.
did hit road.
Will Power!
And
Felix
Rosenquist.
Power
Rosenquist.
came in. Got a couple other guys
Will
down
they
pit road.
try and save make it to the end? That is the
A little
question.
strategy going here. Got Power taking tires.
Canapino as well on pit road. I think I saw him. Because I know
I think
it
both
was
of these
not iLot.
tires. Rosenquist and Power are going to take tires on the stop here. So they're on a different strategy. That'll be interesting to see how their new strategy is going to work out.
Guys, caution's out.
With the field. As now I think we're going to go green this time.
Will
So the lap
Eric
are going to
get the jump?
lap car's going to get out of the way here. I think I'm
It
just
is
going to add.
surprising that those top two did not come down for pit stops.
And it seems we're adding another yellow because not
Rosenquist and Power were the only two cars in the top 10 to pit.
Where is Paddle Award on track though? We may have to extend that caution
Ward
an
was
extra
doing his
lap.
wave around and he's pitting.
taking the opportunity to pit.
Smart decision by his crew here.
They're going to
We
put
will
him on
we
four
will have
fresh
to add another.
tires, it looks like.
Fresh Firestone tires.
Yes, they will put him on four freshies.
Is it better than
I'm not sure.
We will
INDYCAR
have to
different.
add a couple more laps in hopes that Paddle Award does catch up to the pack.
Nah,
Here comes everybody now.
we're definitely gonna have to have one.
I think you may want to add an
One
extra.
car is coming down pit road. Oh,
It's that extra added lap. They just took the opportunity.
now they're taking the opportunity to pit everybody
But did Kirkwood
now.
go look
And
down?
the people. Yes, Kirkwood did go down.
Everybody went down pit road here.
And now the people who did not pit, the people who pitted before, are now actually being able to get the jump on these guys.
They're going to get the track
Gaining
position,
some
so that's going to cycle
valuable.
Felix Rosenquist to the front of this race.
Will Power behind him.
An Aero
I'm pretty sure
McLaren car.
These guys just pit, so this is gonna change up a lot.
This changes
Yeah,
up
and
a
where
lot.
will Paddle Award come out in this situation?
Dixon.
Our points leader.
Scott Dixon still a lap down, but
He's
in third in that line.
he can feel
Because
like
we're going to
he's
see where the other hitters were. As it looks like Erickson was actually able to beat Kyle Kirkwood out.
at least
Not really
Dixon
sure where
will feel
Kirkwood
like, at least Dixon will feel like he's in the field.
Oh no. I guess he did beat Kirkwood. By a lot. By a decent margin too. So Kyle Kirkwood probably had a slow stop there. But still, a good amount of racing left to go.
Maybe he got
So
slowed
no-
up by someone on pit road. Felix
It's
Rosenquist
all
will be our leader, followed by Will Power. Great to see from him.
great to see. For Felix Rosenquist had a very tough start to the season for that 6 team at Aero McLaren. But now they're starting to finally figure it out, got some pit strategy up front. And now they're in control of this restart. They're on lap 48 coming to 49. As through the final corner they go. It'll be Rossi. Well, not Rossi. Rosenquist and Power. 1 and 2. As we are
Green
green.
flag. Felix Rosenquist.
That's
brings the lead
their
on
way. Rosenquist with a good jump, able to keep Power behind him. As it is heading into turn number 1. Lots of people trying to make up spots. There's Marcus Ericsson trying to get around Graham Rahal, who cycled up into third after pit stops. Them just trying to do something different to gain some sort of position. They've got lap cars
Kirkwood
side by
is stuck in traffic. First
Canapino
time he's
and
having to deal with it all day.
as there's Kyle Kirkwood all the way back in 14th from the lead. So Kirkwood's
Not a
definitely going
good
to want
day
to
here.
work quickly. He's got the car. He's going to want to work quickly to try and get through all this traffic before it gets super spread out again.
Will Powers still hasn't gotten around the Rosenquist.
Because there's just absolute mayhem coming through here. Everybody trying to get through the traffic as it's still Rosenquist in the lead. There's the battle for third, Graham Rahal and Marcus Ericsson. Let's go on board with Ericsson, actually. And now he's got a move going on Rahal for the third spot. He's going to have the inside for this corner. I think he's going to have the move done. No, not quite clear just yet, but this is Chip Ganassi versus Rahal, Letterman, Lanigan. It shouldn't be too much of a problem for Ericsson to get the power down and get the move done for the third spot, and there it is. Marcus Ericsson into third.
The gap between P1 and P3 right now is around 5 seconds. Can Ericsson catch up to Felix Rosenquist?
I would not doubt him at all in being able to do that.
If anything, to catch up to Rosenquist, Will Power still less than a second.
Will Power keeping tabs, but just lost a little time there. Now the gap to around a second.
Felix has had a good day. Has had a good race so far.
It seems once you get the lead, you start to pull away.
Was struggling early, but got a couple cautions to go his way. He pit a lap early, and everyone else pit, so he gained the lead along with Power. Definitely helped him out. He was already running pretty good. He was running around 6th, 7th. But
we only have 34 more laps to go here in Long Beach.
That dominant performance from Kyle Kirkwood is no longer going to show from the second half of the race because he's not even in the top 10.
He had a very bad pit stop when he came down. Right now,
Award needs to be going through the field like clockwork now to keep his lead as points leader. Seems like someone just went wide. That may have been Christian Lundgaard.
Right now, Kirkwood is chasing Roman Grosjean for the top 10. That's that. Now Kirkwood into 11th, looking for 10th. And there it goes.
On the inside, he comes for 10th.
He might have the move here. I guess he does have the move.
He is clear.
Now, diving back
Grosjean coming down to fight.
Battle for the 10th position.
not wanting to give up the spot.
In traffic, Kirkwood is not good at all.
Definitely struggling a little bit in the traffic. Not too much. Now looking around the outside of Marcus Armstrong, this will turn into his inside for the hairpin. And if he can fire off good, he'll have the move done, and that's him up into ninth. So Kyle Kirkwood still making passes, moving up the field. But already 14 seconds off the lead. So still a lot of time lost. There's Simon Pagino being passed by trying to pass Scott McLaughlin for the 6th spot. Another Meyer-Shank car having a good run.
And let's do a crank it up here at Long Beach. That is our crank it up here.
Lap 55 of 85.
We saw how tight that final corner is. Will Power almost touched the wall. It's a struggle to get around that corner without making contact with the wall.
Trying to get every
Now
little bit out of that car. Every little bit of pace out of that car. Power Ken as he's trying to catch Felix Rosenquist for that lead. Meanwhile, Kyle Kirkwood has made up a lot of spots. He's up to 6th already. Only a few laps after the restart, and he's still looking for more.
And now we only have 30 more laps to go here.
But he is running out of time.
It seems if you keep the green, then Aaron McLaren will win another race.
Pretty shock winner and Felix Rosenquist. As now here comes Kirkwood looking for the dive down the inside on Graham Rahal. One of the other strategy guys. But he's going to make the move through into the hairpin. And that's up into P5 for Kyle Kirkwood. Still very fast car.
Making massive moves, but about 20 seconds back from the leader.
It just depends on how far he gets back. How far back he is by the time he gets into some clean air. And if he has enough laps to try and make that time back up. Now he's tucked up right behind Augustin Canapino. the other Juncos Hollinger car, running 17th actually. 17th, one lap down, has moved up from where he was dead last originally. He was one of the drivers that had pit on that lap, had pit
Early.
first on that caution. So he's definitely reaping the benefits a little bit, trying to get another decent finish after
And
Callum Ilot's DNF.
the gap between the leaders has not really increased that much. Before, when we saw Kirkwood in the lead, the gap would usually reach around 10 seconds, but right now it's remained a 1 second gap only between Rosenquist and Will Power.
Will Power's been able to keep tabs on Rosenquist very well so far, and they've pulled away big time. With a gap from first to third, 14 seconds.
Will this
Impressive.
Will Power put pressure on Rosenquist near the end?
You gotta wonder, will this last? Will this last? Especially considering, even though Kyle Kirkwood, 21 seconds back, he's still definitely the fastest car to on this racetrack. So it depends on how the cautions fall and if there's any cautions at all, and just how many laps are left, and can Kirkwood make enough moves to get into some clean air and try to push on after these guys.
Speaking of cautions, we've actually kept this race pretty tame. There hasn't been a spin. There's only been one engine stall and only one engine blowout. Actually, two.
Well, two.
The stall plus an engine blowout for Jack Harvey, and Callum Ilott with a second engine blowout. No spins, no really like hits the wall besides the exit of pit road, that one caution. Literally everyone hit that tire barrier. It's just been a calm race and nothing much. And if we keep it like this, we will end up under green.
Well, we are getting towards the end of this race, so I do want to pose the question. Who are your ones to watch here coming towards the end of this race?
I still have my pick as Kyle Kirkwood. He's making his way up through the field, and he's just got the car and the speed for the win.
Well, dang it, you done stole my pick. Well, I guess I'll have to go with the leader right now.
You can pick Kirkwood as well. No one said you couldn't pick the same guy.
I didn't really want to, so I'm going to go with Felix Rosenquist winning this race. He's been able to keep Will Power at bay so far, and I think even if Kyle Kirkwood does get clear of all that traffic, there is probably not going to be enough time for him to push up to the top two and pass them. So give me Felix Rosenquist winning this race.
So I was gonna pick Felix Rosenquist until you said that, so through you first of all. But my pick to win this race now is Will Power. If anyone has a chance at winning this race now, other than Felix Rosenquist, it would be Will Power. And he has managed to stick to Felix Rosenquist around 1 second back. So let's see what happens.
And there's your commentators' ones to watch. Kyle Kirkwood, me, Will Power, Brochena, and Felix Rosenquist for 10. We're reaching the
And
20
let's
to go.
hope that Will Power doesn't blow up.
Unless we don't have a caution.
A caution would do some funny stuff. That's for sure.
Mentally.
Caution would shake this race up.
Shaking and breaking. you think that we might see another pit stop here before the end of the race?
Maybe. But with the cautions
I would.
with the cautions coming out, it's really messed up our pit window for green flag
The
start.
only reason I'd see a caution right now, no, the only reason I'd see us people pitting would be if there's a caution.
25
If
laps to
there's
go now. We've gotten late into
if
this
there
one.
isn't a caution, I don't think there will be like any issues at all.
This race is not really one of the lengthy ones, but if I were to check OBS, we've been here for an hour and 25 minutes. We're at least streaming this live. So, we
30?
might reach the 2-hour mark, we might not.
25 laps. This will definitely be the shortest race we do so far. Anyway.
So far. Like I said, this race has been calm. That's why it's gone by real fast. And the length of this track isn't really as big as the other two we've done. Besides Texas, it's an oval.
And even that one took 2 hours to complete.
Yeah. Mainly because of the wrecks we had.
Mainly because of the cautions, but
Because
yeah,
as I said, the cars around Texas were flying.
they were flying, being aggressive, making moves, 2-3 wide.
And 3 wide exiting 4 is not a good idea at Texas in any cars.
Not all very tight off of that exit.
We saw that.
But something I'm noticing is that Rosenquist hasn't really been able to pull away from Power, but Power hasn't been able to really make inroads on Rosenquist. The gap is really stabilized at around 1 second.
Willpower has caught by like 3/10 since the last time I checked. It was 1 second and 3/10. Now it's a 1 second flat.
Power's been able to gain a little bit, but every time Power gains a little bit of time, Rosenquist starts pushing and puts a little bit of time on Power. So it's a little bit of a cat and mouse game between these two.
That's what we like to see.
Very interesting racing between these two. Now the gap opens up to 1.1. If we're going to go back here, to Kyle Kirkwood, he's made his way up to fifth. Well, was still in fifth, actually. Chasing after Colton Herta, who is about 5 seconds up the road from Kirkwood. So a little bit of driving for him to do in some clean air.
He is definitely on the move. He started outside of the top 10 on the restart.
He started around bottom of the top 15 on the restart after a bad pit stop. And he's definitely been able to make it up. And even if he doesn't win this race, it's going to be a very solid run for that team and for Kyle Kirkwood. And he should still be proud, even if he doesn't win this race, because it still was a very impressive performance from this team. It should be building a lot of confidence for Barber on Friday.
The Alabama game.
The Grand Prix of Alabama.
We are coming to the 21 lap to go mark.
21 to go. Soon enough, once Rosenquist hits the line. See a Bukaki cars right here.
As usual, very spread out pack, especially from first to third and beyond.
Yeah. Not even just from first to third. Look at that, from fifth to sixth. About 15 or odd so seconds. Just from fifth to sixth. Almost like the IMSA multi-class racing that happens here as well. Looks like they're not even in the same cars. Got a little bit of a battle going on here between Herta and Ericsson. Herta's definitely made up a lot of time on Ericsson. Is trying to put the move on him, maybe. Gap just around a second between the two. 1.2 seconds, probably. Around that range.
Hello, someone who we saw earlier in the day around P4 is now in P10, 40 seconds back from the leader. He's fallen off a little.
All because
Kind
of
of
the stop strategy.
because of those pit stops, as you saw Roman Grosjean get around Graham Rahal, his strategy not working out as it was for the top two. Graham Rahal,
Pit
we started
stops have
P3, all the way down to
really
7th.
Pit stops have really shifted the way this race has gone.
Yes, they have. We thought this was going to be a smooth, straightforward Carl Kirkwood win, but it looks like it will get a little more difficult if that pink 27 car wants to come home with the lead. As we've hit 20 laps to go, Phillips Rosenquist still leading. Now Kirkwood 14 seconds back in 5th position, still chasing after Colton Herta, only about 3 seconds back.
All
Made up
it
about half
takes is
the
one small little mistake from Felix Rosenquist, and Will Power may take the lead.
Because the gap isn't as big as when Kirkwood had the lead.
The gap stabilizing at around a second between these two. No one's been able to pull away
These
or
two,
get really close to either. Or
these two seem to have like the exact same car pace-wise.
as Rosenquist gaining just a little bit. Gap up to 1.2 seconds.
It's now becoming crunch time for his leaders.
Definitely getting down to it now. As actually the rest of the field is, well, at least the 3rd, 4th, and 5th have made up some time on the top two. The gap was around 13, 14 seconds, and now at least 3rd and 4th have made up some time. That gap down to about 10 seconds. Not sure if they're catching quick enough to maybe have something happen, but it's something it's something to look out for as we get towards the closing part of this race. .17, now the gap between 6 and 12. So no real change. No real change at all. So there is Kirkwood 2 seconds. Inside of 2 seconds. Behind Colton Herta, in the 4th spot. Still doing well to chase. As we approach 15 to go. Lap 69. Hold it together, guys. What? Watching Kyle Kirkwood try to work on this gap to get up to P3 and possibly have enough laps to try and chase down the top two.
He is only 10 seconds behind the leaders here. He can catch up here, so let's see what happens. Marcus Ericsson has been having a very solid day here at Long Beach.
From how it looks the race, he's definitely going to get the position over Patrick O'Ward. This will definitely shake up whoever gets the points.
Yeah.
It might be Ericsson.
The question is, where is Paddle Award right now?
He is in 15th still.
Not too bad.
Seems
Although he's yet to make
Facing-
position ever since the
Facing Stingray Rob.
he
Well, no,
he
he's
has not been.
He's still in the race.
We don't
Fair
want to
enough.
jinx him now, do we?
16 to go.
16 laps left in this race.
There is a chance we still see a caution in this race, and that can give Kyle Kirkwood the win here.
That would basically give him the win, yeah. Not because these guys are out of
Unless
sync,
he-
but just because he's so much quicker.
But battling with Colton Herta may slow him down, though. That is the thing.
It depends on where he catches him. Hopefully he catches him in a place where he can easily make the pass. Not somewhere where he'd have to fight kind of hard. So that'll be 15 to go. Herta's caught up right to the back of, well, Kirkwood's caught up right to the back of Herta.
Well, he's been there for laps. He hasn't really been able to get any closer. That's a problem.
Now he's not really able to advance any more than he has already. Try as he might, he just can't quite get there. Maybe that'll change if Herta makes a mistake here. As really, these top three are gaining significant time. Well, third, fourth, and fifth have gained up a lot of time on the top two.
Seems like
Under
the
10
front
seconds.
two
for all
are just
three of them.
slowing down. And Will Power has finally managed to get that gap within a second here.
So you really gotta think, will it just be Kirkwood that gets up to the top two? Is he bringing Ericsson and Herta with him?
Or is Ericsson bringing Herta and Kirkwood with him? It could just be very likely that Ericsson is towing both of them towards those front two.
Another lap going. That's Power losing some of the time that he gained. And now there's a lap traffic that's going to come into play here. This is pretty big. Remus VK
That is Renus VK. Yep. Going to go maybe a second lap down or so.
That will be 2 down for him. You're right on board with Felix Rosenquist in the Aero McLaren car. Getting very close to Renus VK. About to put him a lap down.
What happens if they catch Paddle Award? So that is the question. If Rosenquist catches his Aero McLaren teammate,
Caution
will he
flag
just
is
let
out.
him by?
Caution's
Is
out.
it?
Yes, it is.
Oh my gosh. The caution is out. But for
This-
what? Willpower!
Willpower!
No!
No way!
That is terrible.
My
The
pick!
second place car
His Birch
is seemingly out of this race. But why?
It wasn't an engine blowout.
Jesus.
Lucky
Okay.
enough. Ew.
They didn't blow up the car. We're gonna find out just what happened to Power. Running second right behind Felix Rosenquist.
Oh, he locked up a little there.
Locked it up, just
And it stalled out.
not stalled out on him.
Well, at least he'll finish the race. He loses a lot of positions.
How
That
will
was
he
it.
be able to finish the race?
That gives Ericsson second
Okay.
place. This is gonna...
I'm changing my pick to
Second place.
Ericsson. I never,
Nah,
as
you
far as
can't
we're
do that.
concerned, I never picked
Can't do
Willpower.
that.
You can't do that.
And guess who's getting back on the lead lap? Scott Dixon.
Good for him.
He's the first car one
Willpower.
lap down to get back on the lead lap.
It looks
Willpower,
like
you
will finish the
disappoint
race.
me.
Willpower might finish the race. Oh, well, it looks like he will, but because he didn't have
Didn't
an engine
take
blowout,
any
but anything could
damage.
happen. No damage, no engine failure.
Still
or
on pit
anything.
road, but I think he can finish this race at least
He can get back on
under
track.
his own power.
Hopefully. If we can check the standings and see if anything's wrong with his car, and it might. 'Cause he hasn't
Didn't
despawned. No,
He
not
hasn't
DNF.
DNF'd, so I think he's still in it, but he's gonna lose a lot of positions.
Just pulls the car in the pit into the garage. He's so disappointed. Anyways, now we can talk about pit stops. Who
Is
won?
anyone gonna come in here?
I would say
Rosenquist stays out.
I would see why wouldn't they? Because yeah. Also, Kirkwood
You're gonna
might
have
a-
inside 10 go.
Also, who has the fastest lap?
Who do you
might
think
be
has the fastest lap right now?
People,
Kirkwood's-
Kirkwood.
There we go. It's still Kirkwood.
It's still Kirkwood.
I thought it'd change, but no. Well, now that there's
Because we're gonna
caution-
wave some of these guys through.
Now that there's a caution, we're gonna see if Kirkwood can make his way up through the field, or Ericsson. But
So the rest of the
Kirkwood has
field
that car.
catching up. I gotta. I'll just lap plus them when we go green.
Ah. That definitely
Depending-
sucks for Willpower. He had the car, he had a good race forming up. Now he's gonna finish under the top 10, maybe even 20. But he'll at least still finish the race and get some points instead of some DNF points, which is basically nothing.
Bad luck for Willpower.
He's had bad luck every race. Besides St.
Absolutely.
Petersburg, where he actually finished in the top 10, 4th place, this race has not been going good for him. It was until that very moment.
It was until that happened.
And what's going on here?
I think
And to go,
I
sponsored
think
by
Armstrong and
Fujiwara
Below were having a little
Tuning.
moment there.
And it's because Armstrong has position over
And Pelot
I'm
is
assuming.
well, everybody's just kind of
Pelot.
Struggling
has been
here.
phased through.
um
I'm assuming no one just heard what I just said.
No.
no.
And to go, sponsored by Fujiwara Tofu and Tuning.
This is not gas
This guy.
car.
You're not JX, bro.
This is not the gas car cup series. That is not our
As
sponsor.
Too
he's
bad.
going to catch up.
This is not our sponsor
Let's
for
see.
10 to go. We don't have a sponsor for 10 to go. We don't. There is no 10 to go.
There is no 10 to go.
It's literally
So we're
just
going to
one.
restart
There's only
with...
one. There's only a to go that's sponsored, and it's the last lap, and that's for NGascar. So
And here we
it seems no.
go.
Felix Rosenquist, Ericsson with the job.
Rosenquist did not get a good jump at all.
Oh, but that does not
Very
help
bad
Ericsson at
start.
all because he gets
But
out
that's
of the
going to force
way.
Ericsson to... And down the inside, can he get there?
My
He
real
does
pick, Ericsson's definitely
Turner as
fighting
well.
for the lead.
Very
Real.
tight
Whoa!
in this section right here, up on the curve.
Colton Herta.
Ericsson might have him.
Rosenquist with the advantage on the inside.
Kyle Kirkwood sitting in the back, almost contact.
Ericsson holding that
Kyle
position.
Kirkwood just sitting back watching. So Scott Dixon can go back on the lead lap. And Ericsson's taking the lead away.
Don't count
The one thing
Rosenquist
that
out yet.
Felix Rosenquist did not want was a caution. And this is why he does not have the pace to keep up with these guys.
If Kyle Kirkwood could get around these guys, as he's currently trying to make the move on Rosenquist.
Rosenquist just kind of
not backing out.
not backing out, but I don't think he has the car for it.
Kirkwood is still
Now he's
fast.
cleared.
As we are
This is exactly what Kyle Kirkwood needed to get back into this race. And now he's in third, only a second off of Marcus Ericsson.
Now, this guy.
For Marcus Ericsson to go 2 for 2 at the street course.
Felix Rosenquist dropped down to P4 now.
Talk about Colton Herta on the move in second.
Up to second position. He was actually holding off Kyle Kirkwood pretty well until the caution came out.
And now he's got Kirkwood behind him.
Let's see if he can keep doing it.
Oh, Colton Herta gets out a little wide in that corner. That let Kyle Kirkwood catch him a little more. But Herta gets the exit.
Herta has been Kirkwood's biggest competition. It's not even for the lead, which is very interesting to me. The Andretti Autosport driver, Colton Herta, having a very good run. P number 2.
We have just got word from Will Power's team that Will Power's engine had a small failure.
And he's retired. They've retired the car. Will Power.
And it had just failed on him.
They were trying to fix the problem on the road. We just couldn't do it. So that's 2 straight.
After the race, we will interview him. See what exactly happened to him.
Marcus Ericsson still leading this race. Colton Herta behind by just about a second. As it's getting down to the nitty-gritty. How about Graham Rahal having a pretty good run in P6 right now?
Seems that Colton Herta is going to continue to hold off Kyle Kirkwood and not let him get by. Kyle Kirkwood had the car at the beginning, but it seems like he doesn't right now.
We were talking about how Kyle Kirkwood was really struggling in traffic. And that seems to be holding true here.
As there is only 2 cars ahead of him, but these three have pulled away from Rosenquist by a decent amount. Over a second.
Yep.
But they are
That's
not letting Marcus Ericsson go anywhere. As Kyle
they're not
Kirkwood
letting him check out.
gets on the rear wing in that corner. But Colton Herta has better exits than Kirkwood, it seems.
You know that within a second is Herta. He's
With
made up
6 to
time.
go. 6 to go.
Is it enough, however?
Kyle Kirkwood seems better in some of these corners than Colton Herta.
Definitely.
He gets there, but just doesn't have the exit.
Could not hit the apex of that turn. That's gonna hurt Kirkwood down this little straightaway.
Oh, he had a good exit there.
Very good right there.
Meanwhile, this is just giving Marcus Ericsson some breathing room.
He's got breathing room, but not much. Now the gap ballooning the 1.3 seconds.
5 to go, and I think
And
Marcus
there's-
Ericsson might have just locked his win.
Marcus Ericsson about to go 2 for 2 on the street courses this year.
Didn't lead that many
This
laps
be
this
his
time.
year.
Kyle Kirkwood, though, it will finish somewhere in the top 5, hopefully. I think if a caution were to come
Disappointing
out,
race for.
then it'd be around a 2 lap to
Caution
go.
It would be race over.
I think there would be enough time for a restart
But it'd be around
if
a
the
2
caution were to
lap.
come out right now.
And it is out. Just check.
No, we
A
wouldn't be.
very disappointing second half of the race for Kyle Kirkwood here.
I wouldn't say disappointing. He is currently
I
running
wouldn't-
3rd.
I would say disappointing. He carved
not-
his
Yeah,
way
not
all the way up
disappointing,
from
but
14th.
It's just not what he
like,
not
yeah,
even
not
definitely
what he
have to
wanted as
feel-
a racer.
You definitely do have to feel for him, though.
top 3 finish
Does.
podium would not be bad. But with the
So-
very good car, fastest laps, and led the most laps so far this race, a win would feel deserved.
Definitely stings that the possibility of a win is slipping away with
But he
every
still
lap.
has 4 laps to get up there. His main struggle is just trying to get around Colton Herta. He's not even really got to him yet. He's gotten him a few times in the corners, but then Herta slips away with a better exit than him. Maybe if he were to follow his lines a little better, as it seems like he just did that corner.
I'm sure he's trying to, doing everything that he can to get around that 26. Nothing seems to be working out for Kyle Kirkwood right now.
Now coming out of the final corner, I'm pretty sure. If a caution were to come out now, the race is over. 'Cause
Would
they
either-
would not have enough time with 3 laps to go.
I swear, if this race ends under caution again,
Well, right
I'm
now
gonna-
the race is official.
the race would be official right now. Yep, that is correct.
If there would be a caution, it would be Marcus Ericsson win.
And that would sting for Kirkwood. And Newgarden got a little loose there.
Newgarden got very loose there, actually. Let Santino Ferrucci get right up to the back of him. Newgarden running 10th in this race.
Still a
Not
second
terrible,
gap.
but a far cry from the performance at Texas.
not the best road course racer, but is still in 10th position, which is not
Still
bad.
bringing home some good points.
Some needed points after missing a race in the season.
As is Scott McLaughlin having a good run in
Talk
8th.
about good run, Graham Rahal. And Marcus
P6.
Armstrong. This would be another top 10 for Armstrong.
He got one last time out in the car at St.
A
Petersburg.
disappointing race for Paolo
2 to
Award, a
go.
current points leader who will most likely lose the points lead
If
after
Ericsson
this
wins.
race.
But the
If
gap is
Ericsson
under
does hang
second.
on to win.
The gap is under second, though, as still
As
green.
there is lap traffic as well. Renus
This will,
VK.
if VK holds up Ericsson, we might have a battle for him for the win. As we
Will
have definitely
VK
reached the official mark. There's definitely
caution?
there would be no time for a
There will
restart.
be no time to restart the race. Can either one of these top two try and mount a final charge at
Maybe
Marcus Ericsson?
maybe Kirkwood could show something, but right now it looks like he won't be able to. Coming out of the final corner, we are going to hit the first white flag under green.
There we
One
go.
lap
We're
to
going to see
go. Presented by
the
GasCar at Long Beach.
white flag. 1 lap to go for Marcus Ericsson.
Presented by
Again,
GasCar. Ericsson with the second lead, almost half.
To get his second win of the season.
Definitely looks like he will, as long as he doesn't mess up, because he still has a lap to get around the track.
He's going to have around half a lap right here. 1.2 seconds separating the top two.
Definitely looks like Ericsson's going to win another one.
There is lap traffic in front, but I don't think it's going to play a factor.
Doesn't seem to be enough. VK right there. If only he had a few more laps.
He might have been able to
catch
see a real
VK.
fight for them.
He might just lap VK, but it doesn't matter if he laps him or not.
Through
He
the
just needs to
final
hold the
section of the
lead.
track now.
Out of the final corner, Marcus
Final
Ericsson
turn.
is
Marcus
gonna win.
Ericsson gonna do it again.
And wins.
He's gonna win here at Long Beach.
And he will win the Long Beach Grand Prix. Under green this time, which makes me happy.
You love to see it.
Finally,
Unheard bring it home second. Kyle Kirkwood, you got a feel for him. Probably has the best car of the entire race, but coming home third, definitely good, but it still has to sting.
There we see
after
a
leading all of those laps.
Third place for Kirkwood is not a bad position to finish in. That's some very good points.
Roman Grosjean bring it home fourth, and Felix Rosenquist able to get a top 5. Good run for that team. And then Graham Rahal,
followed
Alex
by
Palou,
Alex Palou, Scott McLaughlin, Marcus Armstrong, and Joseph Newgarden.
Your top 10.
Scott Dixon with an awful race.
A couple guys straight up ran out of fuel.
Good thing that was the final lap.
Very good thing that was the final lap for them. A lot of guys actually ran out of fuel on the cooldown lap.
Both of the Aero McLaren cars.
Both of the Aero, two of the Aero McLaren cars ran out of fuel.
David Malukas with not a good race. He had an amazing one at Texas, just not here.
Now,
no fuel.
will be scored in the 18th spot. But what?
Colton Herta with an amazing race. Amazing few races, actually. And,
let's see if he can keep the momentum up.
Consistency matters. And now Marcus Ericsson, from my understandings of what I think, will regain the points lead coming in the Barbers Motorsports Park in Alabama.
Wouldn't be surprised if that.
Let's have an interview with Will Power and see what happened here.
I will not be doing this time. You can.
So me or
Teo is gonna be willpower. You're gonna ask the questions for our channels.
already I'm done. Alright, so what happened there when you just seemed like your engine just blew out?
Not really sure. We were running second, making up some time on Felix, and the car just died on us. Um, really unfortunate for everybody, especially after what happened at Texas. Really hate it for this 12 team. They don't deserve to run like this every week, but that's just something that happens at this in the sport sometimes, and hopefully we can get it going the right way and add Baba.
Alrighty, thank you, Howard.
I don't have a Swedish accent, but I will be the reporter. Who here can do a decent Swedish accent?
I don't know what a Swedish
What
person
is it?
sounds like. What
PewDiePie.
is a Swedish accent?
He sounds
I
like
haven't
Well,
watched
let me
PewDiePie
search
in
that
like
up.
7 years. I don't.
okay. So I guess we
I
will
don't
be
know.
interviewing our winner.
Wait,
He's
wait,
too
wait,
busy
wait,
hanging
wait,
out with
wait, wait.
Donald
I
Trump.
think that I no, I think I can do it. Maybe.
Or at least attempt one. Because I don't even know what a Swedish person sounds like besides PewDiePie. But I haven't watched him in like 5 years.
Yeah.
I think we're just gonna end the stream off here. No
That
waste winner interview because I guess no one knows how to do a Swedish accent. Thank you for watching Long Beach. We will see you on
Okay,
Friday
I think I managed to get it. I'll try.
for Barber's Motorsports Park at Alabama.